want to point out that we're only about $500 away from that $130,000 mark, guys. Please keep those donations coming in. Let's hit that before we get this next run underway. We have a $5 donation from Ape saying, roses are red, violets are blue, Trogdor is my beautiful waifu. We're going to run a quick Twitch ad, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alrighty, and we are back. We have a $30 donation from Zane saying, first time donator, putting my money towards seeing that blindfolded Sotten run. Since so many people have donated for it, again, a reminder that blindfolded Sotten run is going to be $15,000. We're at about $800 right now, so please keep those donations coming in. You definitely don't want to miss this. All right, it seems like we are all set up and ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and give us a countdown. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So just to start things off, we already have 21 and a half seconds of cutscene, but no big deal. So yeah, this is Ape Escape. It's a sort of an action platformer game where the entire premise of it is to catch monkeys. They've, I guess, escaped from a zoo and they're really smart, so we need to catch them and get them back in there. So yeah, this first level just sort of is really simple. Right off the bat, we have a few tricks that I'm doing, well, not tricks, more just strats that I'm doing that you might not notice. The first one is gadget canceling. So what gadget canceling is whenever I use a gadget, if I just let go of the analog stick, it will take a little bit of time before I can move again. If I switch gadgets right away, I'm actually going to be able to move a lot quicker, so I use that to my advantage. And another one that I'll be using more coming up right away here is neutral double jumping. And what that is normally when you do a double jump and you just continue to hold you continue to hold the analog stick, you'll reset your horizontal movement, but if you let go of the analog stick, you won't. So I'll be using that a lot as well. And now every single time that we get a new gadget, we'll be going through one of these training rooms. And this one's not the most interesting, but the other ones they start getting a little bit crazy after a little bit, so yeah.
So I guess one thing to mention is this is a category of any percent. So Horn doesn't have to catch every monkey in the level. He only has to catch a certain amount to progress through each level. For example, he's going to be catching 4 in this level out of the total of 6. So a lot of the interesting things in routing this game come from finding the optimal path and the fastest monkeys to catch.
And another thing that I'm doing is, if you'll notice, I'm moving the camera around a lot. And this is because this game is quite laggy. It has a lot of... yeah, it's just really laggy in a lot of places, so... Also, there's that catch right there. Whenever you ground pound with the hoop, or the net out, the hitbox sort of extends forward and up quite a bit, so but with that I'm able to catch the monkey from in the water, or just out of the water. But yeah. Also, every time we beat a level, we're going to be coming back to this button room here. Really, all we're going to be doing is just running forward and hitting the button. And so...
There's really other things in the time station, like there's mini games and there's a monkey encyclopedia and stuff, but obviously we don't really care about any of that.
Yeah, and that's where you also save the game. And you can also go back and do other training rooms that you've already done, but of course we don't do that. Now this monkey right here can troll me. Looks like he's somewhat doing that. I should still be able to make the cycle though. So yeah, if he trolls you too much, you could miss this platform right here, which wastes 10 seconds, but fortunately that didn't happen.
That's one thing about this game. Every monkey does have a little bit of RNG attached to it. There's very few that are entirely consistent. So if like one gets away, every single monkey can waste a couple seconds if you're not exactly good on what you're doing. It's not quite as bad as the sequels, but it can get pretty bad.
Yeah.
We have a $500 donation, excuse me, from Cobalt the Unicorn saying Ape Escape is one of my favorite series, and I'm so pumped to see this game run. So thank you very much for that generous donation.
All right, now right here we're entering Thick Jungle. We have a training room first, but this level is notorious for being one of the most luck-based levels in this game. Right off the bat, we actually have a luck element. I actually got the perfect luck here, but 3 of the 6 boxes have these little basically monkeys in them, and you're supposed to use the radar to figure out which boxes have them. And it can be one of like 8 or 9 combinations, but yeah, fortunately I got the lucky one, so. I'm pretty excited about that. But that's not where the luck ends, of course. This first room is pretty consistent. There isn't much in the way of luck, but this will have the first instance of there being a monkey that sometimes we catch it, sometimes we just don't. It's really luck-based whether or not we actually get it. Wait for that guy to get in there. All right. So yeah, this next room is where there'll be a bit of a luck element to this guy. Basically, there's a monkey that can run into a UFO, and if he does that, we have to go for a different monkey. Fortunately, there's a semi-consistent method of grabbing him, and I got him. Nice. Okay, so yeah. Recently, it was somewhat discovered that there's actually a relatively consistent way of getting him. But yeah, it's still kind of luck-based because he can see you as he's running back. Those boulders are also random, whether or not they're going to come out.
So this is not the intended path through the level. Horn implemented what we call slope jump in order to skip ahead and sort of go through the level backwards. A slope jump is just essentially what it sounds like. You walk up a slope and you jump, and you get a little bit more vertical momentum, or in some cases a lot more, which allows you to access certain parts of the game early. All right, now, sorry, go ahead. Because I caught
the random monkey, this will be the end of the level right here. If not, I would have to just go straight forward and enter another area to catch another quick monkey.
We have a $50 donation from Sportspan225 saying, congrats, Hornlitz, on finally getting another Ape Escape run into the marathon. Shoutouts to the Ape Escape speedrunning community. Good luck on the run. Got to catch them all.
That's another ape runner. All right. Now, in this level, I'm going to be doing the safe strategy for this level. There is a random monkey that we could catch, but it's pretty inconsistent. It does save, like, how much time does it save? Like, forget, like 4 or 5 seconds.
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty risky, so I'm not going to be going for it. Now, we crawl towards this first monkey here because if he notices you, like, right away if you start moving too far, and he runs really fast. And so he's pretty much impossible to catch otherwise. And now that's another thing to note is that each monkey will have a certain color of pants, and that is what determines what their sort of ability will be. So the normal, what's the normal one? Light
Yellow
blue?
or light blue.
Yellow or light blue, they don't really have anything special. But if they have dark blue pants, they will move really fast. If they have like black pants and goggles, they'll be firing shots all the time.
Black and red is super aggressive or demolition or something like that, yeah.
Right, now right here is where I'm going to catch the sort of, I guess, backup monkey for not getting the luck-based one. Now, I got a bit of bad luck with this guy. These two enemies here can be in bad spots sometimes, but that wasn't awful there. Ah. Doesn't usually jump, but he did this time. Okay. Never ledge grab there before.
One thing to note about this game is it does have fall damage, even though you'll probably never see it. You can actually cancel fall damage in this game just by swinging a gadget. So anytime Horn falls from a very high height, you'll see him just swing a net or a stun club or something, and it'll cancel all the fall damage.
Yeah. All right, so we are out of the semi-boring early game, and this is where the game starts to get a little bit interesting. Right coming up here, we're going to be getting another gadget, and it's a bit of an interesting one. You'll see what we mean once we actually get it, but...
it's just a normal slingshot, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess. I mean, shoots pellets just like normal.
What else could a slingshot do?
Oh, well, you'll see. Now, another thing is, right after when I enter a level, I have to listen for an audio cue so that I know when to enter a level, because it's possible to re-enter levels. Also, so yeah, there's an infinite jump glitch in this game associated with the slingshot. If you jump and then you flick the analog stick back, it will reset Spike's position, or his state, so it will think that he's on the ground, and then you can jump again, and we can just chain this into an infinite number of jumps. Yeah, get that. There we go. But yeah. Anyways. So yeah, I'm going to be using this infinite jump glitch pretty much in every level. Actually, yeah, in every level from now on. It's really useful.
The routes will start getting a little bit more creative here, you'll see.
Oh, yeah. Now, right here, we've actually got a fun catch. Hopefully, I don't miss it. Oops. Okay, nice. So yeah, we catch that monkey while he's falling. If you miss it, you unfortunately have to go for a backup monkey that wastes like 10 to 15 seconds. But yeah, I'm glad I got that.
Yeah.
It's not really hard, but...
So sorry.
No, go ahead.
One other thing about the slingshot is that not only does it fire normal pellets, it also holds ammo for 2 other kinds of pellets. One of them are explosive rounds, which do more damage and stun monkeys, and another is homing rounds, which fires 3 pellets that you can home in on target with. And you can get ammo, as Horn picked up an explosive round from the red bird there. And they'll be coming into play in a little bit, I think in a couple levels. We'll start using them.
I forget. I think so.
Yeah.
All right, so now that we're done that level, we're going to be getting another gadget right away here. Actually, wait, first we have one more thing. There are a couple instances of this right here where we have to do a race with this other guy named Jake. So yeah, let's do this really fast. Just like that. Yeah, so we don't actually have to race him. We can just exit the level, and we can progress through the game. just fine. But anyways, now is where we're coming into the point where we get a new gadget in this next level here. And this gadget is what makes the game incredibly good as a speed game. It's called the Super Hoop, and right here I'm actually not going to be using it for its intended method. Well, I'm not even going to be using it. You can actually get out of bounds right here. But yeah, basically, if you spin the controls or the analog stick around quite a lot, you can start it up, and then you'll start moving fast. Using this, we can go like really fast, and also there's another glitch. I guess technically a glitch associated with it called boost jumping. And what we do with this is normally if you just jump out of a boost or using the super hoop, you'll lose all your momentum. But if we press the button that the hoop is on this right before we jump, we can actually keep the momentum. So I'll be using that a ton throughout the game. So yeah, and then also using that, using the boost jump, we can actually chain this into an infinite jump chain, which I'll be doing it right here. And yeah, it lets us save quite a bit of time throughout the run. And so yeah, just with the whole movement of like all the controls that we have to do, it just makes it a really cool speed game with all of that. Yeah, it's just
the controls for this game are already a little weird.
Yeah.
And if you watch someone speedrun this game, like with a hand cam or whatever, there's a lot of inputs required to do boost infinites, and it's actually really fun to watch.
all right.
Let's go!
So we're going to be getting some more gadgets later on in the run, but for this point, Horn pretty much has everything he needs to go fast already. You got the boost hoop, you got the slingshot to jump with, and you got the net to catch monkeys.
Yeah, I'm only going to use the other gadgets like once or twice each. Well, some of them. I never use the monkey radar because I know where all the monkeys are. Right here, I'm actually going to be going for a backup monkey. It's only 1 second slower, and it's 100% consistent, as opposed to another monkey which...
There's another monkey who's straight ahead instead of going off to the right, who throws bombs and is generally very aggressive. Even though he's technically faster, if you catch him immediately, the one Hornlitz is a little bit safer.
Yeah, I've lost like 20 seconds to him before easily.
We have a $75 anonymous donation saying, "Help! These apes are revolting. Save the frames, net the animals."
All right, so here we're entering Dexter's Island, and this is going to be... This level has one of the more major skips in it. It's a relatively tricky trick, and it's... I'm probably going to need serious time for it. It's not quite yet, but it's... You'll see what it is when we get there, but yeah, it's interesting. I did one too few, but it worked. Okay. Okay, the position of these barrels are sort of random, and it's possible for a barrel to land right on me. All right, so here I'm actually going to ask for serious time because the skip's coming right up here. Yes. Nice. All right. That's the trick. So yeah, basically what I did there was I got out of bounds to a bit of an like invisible floor, and then I aimed myself towards this guy. I aimed myself towards a loading zone that you aren't supposed to be able to get to until you've already been to this area. And with that, I was able to skip an entire elevator and I forget what it all skips.
There's a tentacle mid-boss too that you have to fight at
right, yeah.
Time. Yeah, the tricky part about that skip is that the developers of this game were a little sloppy with out-of-bounds stuff. So right under where that is, there is a pit. It's not a normal pit. It's actually bottomless. Yes! So if you fall in that pit and miss the skip, the only thing you can do is exit the level and re-enter and have to try again.
Yeah, there's no like fall, like where most games, like if you fall off the bottom of the level, it just kind of fades out and then it restarts. This game doesn't have that. So you actually have to exit the level, and it wastes something like 50 seconds to a minute to fail that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I got that.
Being out of bounds in this game requires a lot of knowledge of what's solid, what's an actual pit, and what's a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
Because they're placed in very random spots sometimes.
Also, I'm just going to ask for a little bit of serious time right at the start of this level. There's a bit of a tricky jump I need to do.
Let's go!
Okay, I didn't get it very well, but I didn't fail it too bad, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so this level revolves around catching a mammoth cycle here. There's a mammoth with a monkey on his back who walks around in just a circle. And so ideally you want to catch him right about where Horn did, to the point where you can just put 2 slingshot rounds in him, and the monkey will just be waiting here for you.
Yeah. All right.
Yes!
We have an anonymous $100 donation saying, Ape Escape is still my favorite 3D platformer. Sometimes Spencer's Circus still pops into my head and I can't stop humming it. Good luck, Hornlitz.
Thanks.
So Horn will be grabbing another gadget here. This is the intended way of getting height in the game. It's called the Sky Flyer. Basically, you just spin the control stick. It gives you a little boost, and it also lets you sort of do a glide across pits like this. But we won't be using... do you use this a whole lot? You can.
I use it in the last level,
Okay.
but that's it.
Yeah. Some people use this a whole lot. Some people don't ever use it. It just depends on your playstyle.
Yeah.
I'm going for it!
Now, right at the start of this level, there are 2 monkeys that I could catch, which, I don't know, if you get the best luck, it might almost be faster. No, I don't think it is, but
It's slightly slower.
It's easier for sure. And I'm not going to be going for them because they're a little slower, but plus the end, like, it's not actually that hard. The end is just, I'm consistent at it, so. Now, also, this inside room here, if you go fast enough, you can actually catch a bit of a cycle here with some stairs right away here. I'm not sure if I've made it, but I'm not going to go for it. Yeah, you could get on top of there. Oh, okay, so yeah, that's what fall damage looks like. But yeah. Now, this last room's a little tricky. I'm actually going to ask serious time. All right, that's all I really need.
Yeah, this game, you've seen it before, but it has very poor draw distance, and it tends to lag a lot in big open areas like this, which can cause some problems if you're not very familiar with exactly what to do in that area.
So yeah, and also if the second monkey, if he runs into the UFO, you waste like easily 30 seconds or something, because he has to like rise up out of the UFO and then you gotta shoot him. Or you could actually go for it. There's another monkey in that room that, I guess that's probably the better backup monkey to go for.
Yeah, that's still really slow, but
yeah.
that's probably better. Yeah. So Hot Springs here is intended to be the Sky Flyer level in the game, but Infinite Jump kind of negates that a little bit.
Yeah. So right here, if I actually fall vertically like that, it actually saves 2 seconds over landing on the top, which, that's nice. Right here, this spike ball can sometimes get in the way. It almost did there, but it didn't. All right. Okay. All right.
Yes!
You can go ahead with some donations if you want.
Alrighty, we have a $500 donation from Agent Aquarius saying this Ape Escape speedrun is well timed after I recently read the Ape Escape 2 and 3 LPs in the LP archive. Amazing speed tricks on display. We also have a $240 anonymous donation saying donating in honor of America's 240th birthday. USA. USA. Again, guys, please keep those coming in. We're at 132,000. Let's try to get to 135,000 pretty soon. Come on, let's go.
So right at the start of this level here, we actually have, I think this is the only time you'll really see it, but we have a triple catch that we're going to be doing. I'm going to be catching 3 monkeys in one motion, really. These guys right here. Panicked for a second there. I thought I missed it.
Yeah. The monkeys are intended to all run off in different directions, but if you hoop, you can even just hoop into the middle of them. You don't even have to boost jump and just catch them all.
Yes!
All right, so this next level that we're going to be entering is another one where it is insanely luck-based. Specifically, there's one room where if you get the best luck, you get another triple catch. The worst luck can lose you a ton of time. Like, I've lost like 40 minutes to that.
Yep.
Like yeah, this is easily one of my least favorite levels.
This is the one that always scares the new people.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
there's lots of long IJs over pits and lots of easy ways to die and lose time here.
Also, this bottom area, the camera is really annoying. It always tries to recorrect itself. So if you don't move your camera, though, you'll be fine. It won't actually like jerk out of the way if you do that. All right, so this is the luck room. I missed the boost jump. Nice.
So these monkeys are very fast, very random, and they can hit the gong in the center, which brings down 3 weights, which can crush you. They'll also hop in the
These weights, yeah.
in the sides and waste time. It's just a mess.
Yeah, that was bad.
There's one thing we found recently with this, where if you catch a monkey right as he's hopping into a side at exactly the right time, you'll actually skip this cutscene that's playing right now. It's incredibly precise, but
Yeah, I think it's frame perfect.
yeah. So there's a cool thing here with this last monkey. You're supposed to be revisiting this level with the RC car, which we'll be getting in a couple levels in order to chase this monkey out. But what you can do is by pushing Spike into the wall, you sort of stick the slingshot through the wall, which allows you to shoot the monkey and get his attention and chase him out.
We have a $50 donation from Off to See to Wizard saying, finally glad to catch this event live for a change. Here's hoping the Ario of Sorrow Glitch exhibition meets its goal. We also have an anonymous $500 donation with no comment, so thank you very much, guys. Please keep those coming in.
Let's go!
So Crumbling is the first level in the run that's a little different from the rest. Up until now, we've just been catch X number of monkeys to progress. This is the first boss level. You actually don't have to catch any monkeys in order to finish this level. All you have to do is get into where Spectre and Jake are and beat the boss. And this is the only level in the game where we can actually do that without catching any at all. Nice.
Yeah, so in order to open up the place with Spectre and Jake, we have to hit this button down here. And that's the only reason we really go out of the first area. Like, We just need to push this button to open that door. And the odd thing is that door there is incredibly well protected. We have found many, like there's a good out of bounds glitch that you can do to like get underneath the castle and potentially be able to like enter that room early, but the loading zone just either isn't there or the walls just surround it perfectly, so yeah, we can't really enter that early. All right, so the way this box works is every single time, like right when he starts, he'll get hit by electricity, and then we won't be able to attack him for some time, unless we actually get hit. In that case, his invincibility will wear off right away. So that's what we do. We just get hit 4 times, and with a various number of attacks, we can finish him off without dying.
Okay, so if you've been paying attention through the various levels, you've probably been noticing that the various levels have been sort of traveling forward in time, starting with dinosaurs all the way up to like sort of a medieval theme now. After crumbling, you're back in the present day.
Actually, you're in the future.
Okay, future, sure. So there's 4 more levels left, and they're all in sort of a modern, futuristic urban setting.
And this is really where the game starts to get hard. Like, there are only 4 levels left in the game, and they are some of the worst when it comes to speedrunning, especially when you first start out. Because there's lots of luck factors, and it's just hard to do. Right here, we're getting the RC car. This is the last gadget we're going to get. And I'm going to use it a couple times, but yeah, you're supposed to use it a lot more. So right away we have this this first monkey we're going to catch. You're supposed to use the RC car for him, but if you actually wait long enough, he can actually walk forward right there, and we can catch him through the wall. So that's just a way to skip the RC car.
That was good luck.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That monkey can waste a fair bit of time if he feels like it. He can go through any number of animations before he decides to walk forward enough.
Yeah, the most I've seen is like 6, but I think No Name has seen like
I'm
12
sure
or
No Name
something.
has seen more.
Yeah, he's seen like, I think 12.
So this level, the route is sort of interesting too, because it's another level we're sort of doing backwards. You're intended to catch 3 monkeys and then go into the sewers and then come out here instead of entering here. So you'll be seeing the underground section sort of backwards. And this part can be very scary, in particular because of these purple enemies right here. The way they work is whenever you hit them once, they split in half, and then whenever you hit those, they split in half again. So you can have up to 4 of the little purple Pikachu guys just running around. And in particular, this monkey can cause real problems.
Especially when I first started, like this was, I hated this level because of this. Yeah. But that was actually a very solid level.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes!
I want to remind you guys that we do have a Ratchet & Clank run coming up in a little bit, and since it's the 4th of July, we actually do have an incentive for Zem to sing the Star Spangled Banner. We're getting a little bit close to that. We're still a little bit of ways off. We've got about $2,000 out of the $5,000 minimum. I've heard him sing before. He sang during the Kingdom Hearts run, I believe, and before the Ratchet & Clank run at last AGDQ. Absolutely fantastic singer. You do not want to miss it.
Let's go!
Okay, so Spectre's Factory at the beginning, you're intended to be using the tank in order to break these down, but we don't actually need the tank in this level, thankfully. So you will be...
Oh, no. No!
Dang. So ideally, you want to use an explosive pellet to stun that guy before he hops in his Big Mac.
He dodged out of the way.
Yeah. There is a backup here where you just go in and come out and he resets, but it's a time waste.
Yeah.
Are you going for gate catch?
No,
Okay.
I never go for gate catch. The next monkey I'm going to catch, you can actually catch him through this little gate that he's standing right by, but it's luck-based whether or not you get it.
Right.
And it saves, I think, to the best luck, I think it saves like 4 seconds.
Yeah, it's a little faster if you get it, but if you go for it and miss it, I believe it's slower.
Yeah, it's way slower. Well, not way slower, but...
So then coming up here, you'll actually be seeing the RC car. Are you using the RC car on the monkey?
Yes.
Okay, you'll be seeing the RC car used for its intended purpose in this level. There's a monkey behind a cage coming up here and 2 monkeys. And Horn will be using the RC car in order to chase him out. And most of the rest of the run, it's used just for combat, actually.
Yeah. If you attack the RC car, or if an enemy does, it explodes, and we can use that explosion as a weapon. See, I don't use the RC car very much because it's actually kind of glitchy. Like it doesn't work as well as you'd think it would.
There's some other slightly faster things that you can do on that monkey, but they're all luck-based. The RC car is very much the most reliable thing.
All right. A little unfortunate what happened at the start, but other than that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's a hard level, so.
Yeah. This is probably my worst level, actually.
We have a $50 donation from Toof saying, Ape Escape was my first PlayStation game. It's so cool to see the game played this way when it took me 8 years to catch all 100 monkeys. Again, thank you guys so much for all these donations. Please keep those rolling in. Let's get towards that 135,000 mark, and also that Zem singing the Star Spangled Banner.
Let's go!
So this is our second example of a boss level, or second, or is it third?
Second.
Second. But this one we actually do have to catch monkeys because there are doors that only open up after we've opened or caught a certain number of monkeys.
Yeah, we don't know of any way to skip past them.
Yeah.
So that is sort of weird. The button is supposed to be on the other side of the wall, but you can hit it through the wall with the stun club.
Now, hold on a second.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, that right there, we caught a monkey through the floor. So normally whenever you ground pound on a ground and like hit a monkey, there is one frame where you can actually switch to your net and actually catch him. But by using the RC car, we can sort of cause that frame to happen later, and we have an earlier opportunity to switch to the oh great, this guy.
Yeah, that basement catch, for a while, the setup we used was not using the RC car, and it's frame perfect there. Using the RC car, which is new, gives you a little bit more leeway with it. Horn will also be killing some enemies here. These enemies are guaranteed to drop 3 explosive rounds apiece, so we want to have the maximum number, which is 9, going into this boss.
Yeah, and I'm going to be using all 9 coming up pretty soon in the next level. Guy's kind of far back.
Yeah. He can spawn in like a very large field of spawns, I guess. He can either be really, really close to you or really, really far away from you, and it's luck.
All right, so now we are entering the TV tower boss. It's just this big airship here, and this is unfortunately one of the more luck-based parts of the game. After he's done flying around for a bit, he will start fire. He has a chance of shooting one of 2 attacks. One is a red attack where he just kind of shoots this firewall, and that's the attack we want. But the other attack is a blue attack where he shoots off 4 UFOs, and that wastes, I think, 7 seconds. So, yeah, we want to get as many reds as possible, but again, it's just luck-based.
Yeah.
So
He'll do 4 of these in total, 2 now and 2 after another cycle, so, yep.
Yeah, so, and the thing about the UFOs is I kill that first one because he homes towards me and he would hit me if I didn't kill him, but the other ones kind of just bounce around the center of the arena, and they're completely worthless, so I don't really pay attention to them.
And if you weren't paying attention, Horn dropped the RC car right in front of where the ship spawns, so we can hit him as soon as the green eye opens. You just have to push the car into it.
Yeah. Otherwise, you would have to either shoot an pellet at it, or you'd have to like walk up to it. And the reason I can't actually walk up to him now, I'll show it off, is because there's a bit of a, like he's sort of, his propellers there are kind of blowing me away, so I can't actually do anything about that. Okay.
2 and 2.
2 and 2. And that's pretty much average luck.
Yeah, as far as we know, it's 50-50, so that's right on average. So for the second part of this fight, he sort of flies around in a circle, and then he exposes his eye and tries to dive bomb you. You need to hit it 4 times. This boss is kind of weird in that it takes hits rather than just, you know, having a life bar or whatever that does more or less damage. So Horn will be hitting him 3 times, and then the 4th time, whenever he dives close, you want him to be as close to the ground as possible before you hit him.
It's close to the center as
Yeah,
possible.
right.
But I mean, he goes like down towards the center, so.
Are you using Skyfall or Stun Club?
No.
Okay.
I'm using an explosive. I'm not using the stun
okay.
club.
I was gonna say, pull out the Saboom strats.
So yeah, this next shot, I'm going to be waiting as long as I can. All right. Now, one other thing that I didn't mention, just for the sake of hoping to not jinx it, there is a chance he can actually go back to that sort of first luck-based phase, and it's really random whether or not he does it. Usually if he doesn't shoot as many missiles in the first phase, it's more likely to do it, but yeah, it's really just random whether or not he does it, and it wastes a ton of time, so fortunately, I didn't get that. It is pretty rare, though. I've only gotten it, I think, twice.
Yeah, I've only seen it once.
Or maybe
twice.
3 times. All right, so now we are entering the last level. Now, this level is a very long level, and we have a lot of various things we need to do in it. The very first section, what we need to do is we need to open this door at the back so that we can get to Spectre. But we have to kill, or I guess not kill, this is a kid's game, come on. We have to save 3 bosses.
Yeah, so the way the story is that Spectre has kidnapped the professor, his assistant Natalie, and then also brainwashed your friend Jake. And in each of these 3 areas, one of them is waiting. So you can see here the professor's inside the circus, so you have to save him. Then there'll be a haunted house and a go-kart section.
Kind of far away. Okay. So now, right here, there were a lot of varying strats, some of them involving the RC car, and I didn't go for them for a while because my RC car explosions never really seemed to hit, and we discovered relatively recently that it actually matters what side of the arena you're on, whether or not it actually hits him. So if I go to this side of the arena, I actually will be able to hit him with the explosive. Okay, I actually missed him with the explosive. I hit him with my club.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, hitting him with an explosive over the club saves one of those bounce cycles.
Yeah.
A couple seconds.
And also, one other thing that we didn't mention is right at the start of the fight, I waited to shoot him until he started moving. That's actually really important because if we don't, he'll actually start doing a different attack where he kind of, I don't know, crouches up and
throws balloons at you.
Throws balloons at you, and they're explosive balloons. And it wastes a lot of time to start with that because he has an invincibility phase as well. So, yeah. But anyways, we're in an auto-scroller now, so yeah. And shoutouts to Skateman. I'm going to do this with my chin.
Alrighty, I'm going to fire off some donations while we're at this. Then we have a $1,000 donation from David 111 saying, let's hear that Star Spangled Banner. Again, guys, we really want to make that push towards hearing Zem sing the Star Spangled Banner before Ratchet and Clank. Only 2 more runs to go, I believe. It's after Spyro, which is after this. So please get those donations in. Let's hear that.
Okay, I'm only at one cookie. I'm not going to do the chin strats anymore.
We have a $60 donation from Red and Kaizen Chaos saying, hey, watch past videos for sometimes, first time catching the stream. We both played Ape Escape when we were younger. It's fun to see it destroyed. Down with Spectre, up with the frames. We have a $25 donation from Rick73 saying, Ape Escape is close to my heart, and I love watching it get broken in ways I never knew. Keep up the great run, and thanks to everyone involved. Save the animals, catch those monkeys. We have a $25 donation from One Shop saying, loved Ape Escape ever since I played the demo ages ago and read all the DualShock only hype, and it led me to become the monkey enthusiast I am today. Strange hearing the American voices when you're used to the PAL version Britness. Again, guys, keep those coming in. We're really close to 135,000. Let's get there before the end of this run.
And I'm just going to play it a little bit safe. There's a cookie dispenser over here. I'm just going to grab a little bit of health because I'm only at 1 cookie. All right.
So the way Haunted House works here is that you're supposed to be going through and end up in the center where Natalie is. Then there'll be 3 monkeys in the center that will attempt to jump into coffins. And the section will basically end as soon as you catch all 3 monkeys. So hopefully we'll be catching them all before they get in the coffins.
We're not going to.
No, we're not going to? Okay.
Oh, okay. So we got a bit of a weird glitch sort of that happens. The camera is really weird when you catch these monkeys sometimes. And it sort of flipped around 180 degrees. And so the one monkey got away.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, he always comes out of the same coffin. So.
Yeah, he always comes out of this guy right here. So, but really, it's random how long he takes to come out. That was actually one of the better ones I've seen. Now, right there, I did a bit of a half-second time saver where I exit the level by going through the gadget menu. If you do that, it just kind of saves a little bit of time where like the buttons swirl around into the center of the screen. Yep. That's like my only contribution to this game, aside from runs.
You can ride the coaster back to the main area, but it's faster to exit and re-enter the level.
And also, if you manage to start the hoop before you land, you actually save about, I don't know, 2 or 3 seconds because the cutscene takes a while to start. The cutscene where the door to this place opens. Now, this is Jake, by the way. He's in a bit of a go-kart thing. Normally this fight is supposed to take 5 cycles. He's supposed to drive at you, and then he'll crash into the wall, and then you can hit him, and then he'll drive back. But if you sort of pin him against this corner here, you can fail like I did.
So if you get him in the right spot, what's supposed to happen is that he doesn't get the sort of invincibility frames we saw, and you can just kind of hit him 5 times really fast.
Yeah, I should be able to hit him 4 times right away here. Like that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so that's what it's supposed to look like, just with 5 times instead of 4.
Okay, so saving Jake opens up the door to the second half of the level.
Okay, we're good. So when you enter that loading zone, there is an incredibly small chance that the game will actually sort of soft lock and it will start playing like one video file of all, or audio file of all of the cutscene audio in the game, and that you lose the run if that happens. So there's just this really small chance that it happens. It's happened to me once, and
happened to me twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad I didn't get it there. I did have a backup save if I did get it, but yeah, it's extremely rare.
Yeah. All right, so for this mansion, the first thing you have to do is open the door. To open the door, there's 2 UFO monkeys that you'll have to catch, but first we have to spawn the UFOs. And to do that, you alert this monkey right here. And immediately before alerting him, Horn fell off the side. That was very intentional because he'll die here and then warp back to the start of the section.
It only saves like 1 or 2 seconds, but
it's easy.
It's a little faster and it's easier. If for some reason you're not at full health, it'll put you back at full health for the UFO monkeys because these guys are very annoying.
Yeah, they're not nice.
They used to kill a lot of my runs.
So each UFO takes 3 hits, 2 guided pellets, so there's 1 down.
That was pretty good. Oh, never mind. Okay, that was still decent.
These UFOs are also very glitchy. They can do weird things where, like, the models desync from their hitboxes. And
why did you say that?
Sorry.
You just jinxed it. His model's desynced. I don't know what's going on with this kid.
Yeah, this.
I haven't hit him yet. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
I think it's above a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't do this with this. He's just going. I can't tell where his hitbox is.
When this happens, it's pretty much run over if you're doing a real attempt.
Yeah. This is the first time I've ever really had to do this, because normally his hitbox doesn't desync until after you've hit him the first time, but unfortunately that didn't happen this time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get away. If you get a decent distance away from these guys, they'll normally just move in a circle in like a normal pattern, so it's easy to tell where they'll be. He's not doing it. Yeah, these guys are incredibly random.
Okay, there you go. So that opens the front door. What you're supposed to do now is there's like this giant obstacle course that takes like 5 minutes to get through, which will then move the painting that you'll see out of the way, right straight up ahead. You won't see it because draw distance, but there's a giant painting of Spectre that hides the final boss staircase, but we don't have to go through any of that. Oh, maybe we do.
No, we don't.
Okay.
There we go. So yeah, that just skipped the entirety of the second portion of Monkey Madness. And here we are at the final boss. So yeah, this first phase, we just have to kind of run at him and hit him 6 times with our stun club. Or if we have an explosive, like I do, I can miss him. Wow. That's pretty rare. That I miss, but... Okay, so that's the first phase. The second phase is incredibly luck-based. So Spectre, when he starts, he will have these 2 hands, and he's going to be doing, he has 4 different attacks he can do. And it is random which one he does, with the exception of he cannot do the same attack twice in a row. So right off the bat, he does this blue lasers one. This one is not good. This one actually lags the game a ton. This is the one we want. He can shoot these purple or red lasers, and once after he's finished that, you can attack his hand. Each hand takes 2 hits to kill, and
that's the only attack
you
can hit him after. If he does anything else, you lose.
This is a 3rd attack that he can do. He does a ground pound attack. And this is the 4th attack where he starts beating his chest, and that just makes his little turret things here start shooting. Oops.
This boss is very random. This is the major RNG point in the run.
Yeah. This thing, the lowest amount of cycles you can get is 5 cycles, but I think the worst was like 35 or something. Or
yeah, it's in no names, no IJPB, like 28 or something.
I think Mark got one worse, but... Okay, so once a hand gets hit for a second time, he will drop that hand, and now he can't do any 2-handed attacks. So really the only one he can't do is the ground pound, actually, at this point. And right there, so that's the last attack. I didn't count how many cycles that one, but I think it was about 10.
Many. Yeah, it's pretty okay.
Yeah, 10 that's about average. And I'm going into first-person mode a lot here because that reduces lag. So at this point, he has 3 hits left. I'm actually going to, if you can get ready on time, we're just about to be finished. He has 2 more hits. All right, and this last one, he's going to shoot twice, so I'm going to be moving to the other side real quickly so that he'll destroy the other 2, or the outside 2 platforms. All right, get ready on time. Time. All right.
Good run.
$49 minutes, 11 seconds.
Okay, now in an RTA setting, actually we start the timer as soon as we land on the ground in Fossil Field, not when we hit new game. So I have to subtract 21.5 seconds. So that was actually, I think, a 48.50 about, which that's pretty good.
That's good.
So.
Nice. Considering you got the UFOs.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Pretty bad luck there. But yeah.
And you listen good. I will return. And when I do, I'll destroy you. And the world
Also, the voice acting in this game isn't the best. But
it's something. We get one more round of applause for Hornlitz for that awesome Ape Escape run.
Yes!
All right, I'm going to throw in a quick donation here. We have a $15 donation. It says, "Hey-yo, Saboom here. Shoutouts to the boys. Thanks, Horn, Wed, and Orza for bringing Ape and Spyro 3 to the party. Crazy solid run, Horn, and best of luck for the upcoming Spyro 3 race. Can we get some more sooner or later in the chat?" Again, guys, reminded, this is SGDQ 2016. Summer Games done quick. Live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. brought to you guys live by Twitch. So stick around. We're going to get set up for that Spyro race in just a little bit.